This one, though. This one I want to talk about. Somebody the other day said, Papa Gut. This guy is a misogynist. Bad guy. Blah, blah, blah. You should go look into him and see what's wrong with his stuff. I said, all right, I'll take a look at it eventually. And I just did. I watched a little bit of it. Let me give you the rundown. All right. So this video is called It Would Be Hard for Her to Reject Me. Let's listen. Let's give it a listen.
When I approach girls, this is why it would be weird if they were to reject me. Simply put, it's because I'm not trying to take something from the girl, like most guys. When most guys approach a girl, first, they don't think that they're on the girl's level, so they're already talking to her in a way that's unattractive. Me, when I approach the girl, I'm purely trying to build the fun, build the vibe. I'm trying to connect with her. I honestly feel that I'm on her level, and if anything, I feel that I'm above her level. Not in a cocky, conceited way, but in a way that I'm very confident in myself.
Comes off a little
So
bit.
when you walk up, truly confident in yourself, solid eye contact, smiling, breaking rapport tonality, you're not trying to take anything, you're just here to build the vibe. Why would she reject me? It doesn't make any sense.
Like this.
Essentially, when she's talking to me,
Hey, you want to go on a date?
Downside. And
I'm better than you.
If for some reason she doesn't want to talk to me, that's totally fine. I can go talk to another girl. I don't need her. And that's the power that I have.
Hey, I'm better than you. You want to go on a date? I'm better than you. I think that would work, actually. Oh, gee, my head hurts from doing that. Honestly, I watched this, and I was like, yeah, it comes off as very conceited, honestly. It comes off as very conceited. But, like, overall, I get what he's saying. He's like, be confident, build a vibe. You don't walk up to a girl and be intimidated and, like, you know, you're just as good as her kind of a thing. It just comes off conceited. I think the biggest issue is that this guy thinks that he's, like, a fucking dating guru, but he's not. He's just, like, a dude. I think he gets too much hate, though. I think people are focusing on, like, the wrong stuff. It's just, like, mediocre dating advice.
You are the most attractive when you authentically express yourself.
See, this is pretty
Most
good.
men cannot simply be themselves when they're talking
What happened to
an
the eyebrow
attractive
cut?
woman. They usually put up a facade. Now, this is due to a low self-esteem
What?
issue. If they genuinely felt that they were of
Somebody
value,
said, remember when you admitted to sexually assaulting a woman and then you
when
deleted
you
the video?
approach a girl, why do you assume that she is going to reject you right off the bat? This
Let's do
happens
it.
because if you constantly get friend zoned, listen to this video.
I'm listening.
Part 2. Chances are you're in scarcity of options, so you need to fix this. Start approaching women. Get dating
Okay.
apps. Find new social circles. Join
Okay.
clubs. You can also build your status and go about it that way through social media. Also,
Okay,
if you're the
I guess.
guy that thinks giving girls gifts and money will attract her to you, then you're wrong about this as well. And if it does attract her,
Okay.
it's with the girl that you
I
don't
mean,
want.
it can work sometimes.
She's the type to cheat behind your back with a guy that she's genuinely attracted to.
Maybe. I don't know if that's true. Some women are just a little more materialistic. Some people are more materialistic. I don't think that means that they're cheaters.
You also need to have boundaries and have standards so that you're not just throwing yourself at any girl out there. So those were a few tips, but if you need some accountability and coaching...
The advice isn't terrible. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's just like, it's really brain dead. Like, it's just dating advice. It's like really...
This is why
It's just like really basic dating advice.
cancel culture is so prevalent in today's day and age.
Okay.
There's multiple reasons, but my theory is that since our civilization has improved so much from how it used to be, because we had to worry about what we're going to eat for the day, how we're going to survive, we had to deal with severe life or death situations. But now the average human has access to food, shelter, the internet.
Okay.
Everything is just at our fingertips. We don't have to put in as much work as we used to when we had to think about what are we going to hunt for the day? What are we going to gather? Where are we going to get the water from? Is our shelter that we built strong enough for this weather that's about to come? Our problems now are so small compared to what they used to be back in the day. So nowadays, when they hear a sentence that they disagree with, they have to lash out at the person. They have to leave mean comments. They have to post about it. They have to get everybody on board and
This
they
guy
have to
seems hurt.
viciously attack this person. And it doesn't...
He's not wrong. I think a big part of it too is that because we exist online and we have like social media going on. People there are crazies in every area, but most people are generally like sane. But if you have, let's say 1% of your area is a crazy fuck, like a crazy person that believes in cancel culture, Well, now you have 100 different areas mixing together on the internet, so you can find your haven, so to speak. You can find your echo chamber where you can sit in there, and so you have like the craziest people that nobody normally listens to in the real world, able to have a bunch of other people who agree with them, like-minded individuals, scream and shout. And cancel culture works where it's like an nth of a percent of people that are the loudest will complain about something. And then that thing will get done. Like Gina Carano. They canceled Gina Carano for like saying kind of something a little bit silly about the conservatives. You know, she was like, oh, this is the first step to like, you know, to like fucking Nazi Germany. And it was dumb, but like it wasn't like cancelable, you know? There's probably better examples, but you get my point. It
doesn't help that the majority of people...
I don't know. This guy just seems like really basic. Be dumb to get girls.
The more dumb you are, the more girls find you attractive.
Oh the more God. This is best like ratio
dumb
video.
You are, the more girls find you attractive. So let me explain. The reason why guys have trouble approaching girls and why they can't express themselves freely and confidently is because they overanalyze every situation. Oh no, she's with her boyfriend. Oh no, she's with a group. Oh, what are they gonna think about me? Oh, I don't know.
Well, that's not really acting dumb. What you're saying is like don't really worry about like all the factors. Just be confident, approach a girl. That's what you're saying is you should just act dumb because girls like dumb guys. You're being diminishing towards women. But
say, etc., etc. This leads to them getting stuck in their head and not taking any action. So they go the whole night just sitting in a corner and drinking instead of going and socializing.
This person says, "Oh no,
but
she's with her boyfriend."
Little do you know, if you were to simply go and approach girls nonstop, you would end up getting in state. By being in state, I mean you simply...
Alright, I can't handle this guy. What are his credentials? Let's see. His YouTube. How to pull her. Okay.
What's up, guys? Alright guys, in this video I'm going to talk to you about the staircase analogy. This is a diagram I've created completely by myself. I haven't seen any other dating coach or pickup artist or guru.
I can tell you haven't seen any other dating coach, pickup artist, or guru because this is going to be insane.
Come up with this type of diagram that I have right here. This is off of my knowledge, my experience. Alright, so I've heard some people say that game is the art of building compliance. So
I don't know what that
girls
means.
Jump through certain hoops or do things for you in a gradual manner all the way until she has sex with you. So she essentially invests a little bit more and 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 a little bit more until she has sex.
Is this the way that people talk about dating and like women? Or I mean, I'm assuming some women coaches do this for men, but I've never seen that. I've only seen like psychopaths like this talk about women. Bro, like this is so weird. Like, hey, basically manipulate women until they fuck you? Is that the argument? Like, dude, like just be a normal, act yourself and be like confident. Hey, you want to go on a date with me? Yeah? Oh, okay, cool. Oh, no? Okay, no problem. That's it. Just be confident and like ask people on dates. It doesn't have to be this like in crazy fucking situation. Especially since this isn't even like pulling women. This is just how to have sex with women. Like the ending is sex. Like you exit the club and then I don't know, what do you pull her? What do you drag her on the ground by her hair and then you have sex with her? Like this doesn't sound like dating advice. This is like hookup culture bullshit.
Essentially, what the staircase analogy is the start to finish of an interaction.
Where's the hug?
From approach all the way to having sex. All right, guys, starting off with...
All right, so you approach her, she responds, you intro to friends. So now you're friends. Somehow you become friends instantly. Then you run her around the club. Then you physicality. I don't know if that's like a fatality, like if you uppercut her or something. Then you leave the club with her unconscious after you uppercut her, and you pull her by her hair and you have sex with her somewhere. It sounds really terrible.
The time spent with the
Where's
girl,
the hand holding?
Labeled down here.
Hand holding, awkward eye contact.
On the staircase, she invests a little bit more time, a little bit more time, a little bit more time. And then over here, you have her investment level. Each step she takes on the staircase increases her investment level just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit, all the way until the ultimate investment, which is sex.
If the ultimate, like, listen, I like having sex. Not gonna lie, I don't think anybody's gonna contest that. But if that's your ultimate, like, investment is sex, you're an idiot. Sex is far less valuable than it used to be. The ultimate investment from a woman is like her loving you. Same thing for a man, like you loving each other and sacrificing parts of yourself for the other person. You know, like your time, your money, your energy, like your just your like mental capacity or your just like stress capacity for people, like, you know what I mean, being there for them. Sex is nothing, especially nowadays. Sex isn't something to be coveted. It's nice. It's a nice thing that makes babies, but like everything else around that is more important. Even if you're somebody that likes to have sex a lot, it's still not the biggest part of a relationship. Disclaimer: if you have enough perceived value, then she will continue into the next step. But if in the process you fail to be high value in her eyes, then she won't continue, and or if logistics interfere with pulling. He's just telling you that it's not going to work and it's your fault. I love how like these like self-help programs are always like, my method will work perfectly unless it's your fault.
So I have this laid out the way a basic or general interaction would go if you were talking to a girl, starting with the approach.
Okay.
So this is
hey, what's
investing.
Up? My name's
This
Papa
isn't
God.
her investing. This is why she hasn't even taken a step on it. The first step she takes would be
There's like a small step there because you're not on the timeline. So she made a little step.
her responding to you, her giving you shit tests, her maybe asking you questions. This is her investing.
How do you
a little
hear
bit
anything
more
in a club?
into
It's too
the
loud.
interaction. And of course, this is
I can't even
taking
hear
more
you.
time as well. After this, let's say she introduces me to her friend.
What's the investment? If time's not the investment, what is the investment then? Like,
So this would be you befriending the friends, being charismatic.
This
showing
way
that
they won't think that you're gonna see. The reason women travel around and with friends in clubs is because they're afraid of getting isolated and then taken advantage of. So if you can befriend their friends, then they won't think twice about you taking advantage of her after you pull her outside of the club behind a dumpster.
you're not socially awkward, that you know what you're doing, that you know how to hold yourself in a social interaction. Be that cool guy that she can be comfortable with in her social circle. After this,
That guy did not look cool. I don't know. That guy looked like a fucking...
that she can be comfortable with in her social circle.
Be a cool guy. I got it.
After this, I have leading her around the club.
Why?
So this can be you
Wouldn't it be like dancing with her or something? Like hanging out with her?
taking her to the dance floor.
Don't you go to a club so that you can meet somebody and then grind them on the dance floor and then have sex with them? Like, isn't that the whole point of a club? Like,
This can be you taking her to the bar to get a drink, leading her around the club and letting her know that you're in control of the interaction.
yes, hold on to her. I own you. Come to the... We're going to get a drink. Then... Make
You're
sure
not
she knows that
afraid
she's
to
your
lead.
property instantly. Being able to lead shows you are a confident and masculine man, and this will also prevent her from feeling like a slut if she were to have sex with you. What if I want a dommy mommy?
The next step that I have is physicality.
What does that mean?
This can be you touching her shoulders lightly, maybe like lightly punching her if you were teasing her.
What the fuck? Holy shit. I was making a joke before about uppercutting her, but this motherfucker just said lightly punching her. What the fuck? Yeah, you could touch her shoulder or just wrestle with her. Like, I get he said lightly punching her, but, like, wouldn't you just be, like, touching her shoulder or maybe the small of her back or her hand? But the second thing he went to was punching her and, like, a fucking... Yeah, you know, you could touch her shoulder or fucking hit her in the jaw. Like, it's one of those two things. Like, what about anything other than that? Dancing with her a little closely? That feels like physicality. But now you just shoot her with a fucking airsoft gun? Nothing, not a real bullet. Just a light bullet, like a pellet, hitting her in the face.
Maybe giving her a hug. This
Okay.
could be you dancing with her.
There you go.
Holding her lower back.
There you go.
Be you even making out with her, or anything that shows physicality.
I feel like if you feel that punching somebody shows love, then you grew up in a not the right home.
Anything that's you and her being together or touching each other. The next one we have is exiting the club. Exiting the club shouldn't be a problem if you've already seeded the pool, which means you've already established what
Soft
the reason
murder,
is
yeah.
for leaving the club with her.
To have sex with her.
And if you've already been physical with her, you already befriended the friends, you've already gone through our shit test, she's attracted,
Yes, that's how
she's
those
qualified,
things work.
etc., etc. And then the next step is pooling. So actually taking her in your car and driving back to your place, or going with her back to her place, or going to somewhere to eat and then going back to their place, whatever the logistics are, whatever you guys agree to.
I mean, if exiting the club is after you've made an agreement to have sex, okay, I guess I get what they're saying. I don't know, it just feels weird.
That would be pooling. Getting her from the club to the place where you're eventually going to have sex, which would be the last step of investment.
Sex.
It would be the last step on the staircase.
Okay.
And as you can see, each step she took on this staircase, she invested a little bit more time, a little bit more time, and a little bit more.
Well, where are the COVID safety protocols, bro? Like, what the fuck? This was made recently.
So maybe 3 hours has gone by, or 5 hours, until she eventually has sex with you.
just wear her down until she fucks you. Hit her and dance with her until she's worn down, and we'll take you back to her place and have sex with you.
Or it could literally be 10 minutes. The reason why this diagram is important is because it shows the process in which steps she takes in order to have sex. So a girl needs to invest a certain amount in order for her to have sex with you. So this is why you can't go up to a girl and then just automatically have sex with her, because she hasn't invested anything.
All right, so somebody said, Papa, this reminds me of the dentist. What the fuck did I just do? This reminds me of the dentist system from It's Always Sunny. So we're gonna compare. Let's see what we got in the dentist system. So the first one, this seems actually. So the first is demonstrate value. You know, so they went beyond the approach, because we all know you have to approach them. Demonstrate the value of who you are. Engage physically. That's one's over here. Nurturing dependence. That's like partly of like, intro to friends. This way that your friends will feel like it's okay to let you walk around with a fucking creepy man, and then also lead her around so you show her that you're the dominant male. Nurturing dependence. Neglect emotionally. I don't know if that's in here. I feel like that's part of like a passive step to neglect this person. Like he kind of made the point, like if they lose value, you know. So I guess neglect emotionally would be part of leading them around, or maybe the uppercut part. I don't really know. Inspire hope. I don't know what the fuck that means. And the last one is separate entirely. So it's after the sex, I guess, would be where you separated. Kind of similar. I think I'm seeing some similarities there. Okay.
If you haven't heard of this, investment equals receptivity. So the more she invests into the interaction, the more she invests into you, the more likely she'll be willing to have sex with you. This is why when she's already done this.
Where are you? Where is he? Is he in like a factory or a warehouse? Does he have somebody is he in like a warehouse with a girl behind there? If he pushes that over and says, I got one right here, and she's like fucking tied up.
She's already asked you questions. She's already talked to you. You got introduced to her friends. You led her around the club. You have been physical with her. You exited out the club. You pulled her back to your place or to her place. After all of this investment, she is more likely to have sex with you rather than
why is this 2 minutes
down
of this
here when she hasn't invested any
no
time,
kidding,
or her investment level is really low.
After she has made a certain amount of investment, she's more likely to have sex with you because she will backwards rationalize that she must have done all those steps because she likes you. Okay. I mean, like, okay, I don't. The framing feels very manipulative. Also, she doesn't want all that investment of time, emotional capital, and resources to go to waste.
Now, there is times where this can be totally different than the actual interaction. Like, I've had it where the interaction started with physicality by her twerking on me, and then I got introduced to her friends, and then after that, I talked to her, and then after that, we exited the club, and I went back to her place.
So it sounds like your system is dog shit.
So this isn't how it always goes. Like in game, it's chaotic. You never know what's gonna happen. You can be talking to one girl and you think it's gonna go amazing, but literally an hour later can go by and you could talk to 3 different girls and she's talking to another guy, and now you have another girl to deal with, right? So you never know what's gonna happen in game, and it's always chaotic. So you always gotta be able to adjust and solve problems that come your way. A term that some dating coaches or pickup artists use is buying temperature. Her buying temperature is pretty much her willingness in order to have sex with you or do something, right? So her buying temperature is gonna be a lot higher if she's already gone through all these steps because of all of her investment, rather than at the beginning of the interaction when you just approach her. Also, I would advise you guys to screenshot this right here. Have the staircase analogy in your gallery in case you ever need to look at this diagram. It's great because it shows the time, the investment.
For what? You just have to walk up to a girl and like talk to her. That's your entire fucking thing is walk up to a girl, talk to her, get to know her friends, then like buy her a drink and then hit her in the face. Like, what do I don't need to remember any of that for?
Level, it shows the steps that it takes all the way until sex. So if you haven't done that, I'll give you some time
Oh, and then have sex with her after you drag her out of the club.
to do it right now. And guys, that is about it. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them below. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
What's your full name and address so I can report you to the police? That's my question. Talking is hard. Don't belittle the system. Sorry, guys. Listen, this is just brain dead advice. And it's really creepy. It's very bizarre how methodical some men are about, like, picking up women. Like, I understand like, women and men both engage in hookup culture. But, like, having this system just it creeps me out, bro. Creepy motherfucker. Creepy.